The clock is bleeding away. 81-81. Tied. Sunday afternoon, and the Atlanta Dream have the ball, the momentum, and one shot to steal it all away from Caitlin Clark and the Indiana Fever. This is the moment. This is the kind of possession that decides seasons. Rhyne Howard rises. Nothing but rim. The building holds its breath. Angel Reese, the Dream's relentless force in the paint, crashes toward the basket. She's been here before. She's made shots like this 100 times. But not this time. It rolls off. It doesn't fall. Naz Hillmon, scrambling, desperate, gets one more look. One more chance to end it right here, right now, in front of a crowd that came ready to erupt. The shot goes up. It misses 2. 3 chances. 3 of the Dream's best. And in the span of a few frantic seconds, all 3 watch the ball refuse to cooperate. The buzzer sounds. Regulation is over, and nothing has been decided, except for one thing the cameras couldn't look away from. Because in that same instant, as chaos swallowed the Atlanta bench, the broadcast finds her, Caitlin Clark, walking calmly toward her own bench. And she is smiling. Not celebrating. Not taunting. Just smiling. A quiet, knowing kind of smile, the kind that says she's seen this movie before, and she likes how it's going. It's an 18-second clip. It will travel across the internet within the hour, and it will say more about where these 2 franchises are right now than any stat sheet ever could. Because this isn't just a basketball game anymore. This is a rivalry boiling over in real time, and everyone watching knows it. Let's rewind. Because to understand why that smile matters, you have to understand what led to it. The Indiana Fever walked into this game with something they hadn't had in a long time: rhythm. Real rhythm. They'd won 3 straight coming in. Coach Stephanie White had weathered a storm of criticism from her own fan base just weeks earlier, doubts about her rotations, doubts about her decisions, doubts loud enough that she had to publicly defend her players. But something had shifted. The team started clicking. The pieces started fitting. And Caitlin Clark, the engine of it all, was locked in. On the other side, Angel Reese and the Atlanta Dream were dangerous. Desperate, but dangerous. Every possession mattered. Every rebound mattered. Reese, a 3-time All-Star, was doing what she always does, attacking the glass, fighting for second chance points, refusing to disappear. She'd already put together another double-double on the afternoon, 15 points, 14 boards, the kind of stat line that usually swings a game in your favor. But something wasn't right. Her shot wasn't falling. Not in the 4th quarter. Not when it mattered most. She went scoreless in that final period, ice cold when her team needed her hottest. And it wasn't just her. The entire Dream offense seemed to be fighting the rim itself. Over the course of the game, Atlanta shot barely above 35% from the field. From 3-point range, it was even worse. They connected on only a handful of their 32 attempts from deep. That's not a shooting slump. That's a horror story unfolding in real time, possession after possession, chance after chance slipping through their fingers. And so it all came down to this. Tied game, final seconds, 3 separate looks at the win. Howard, Reese, Hillmon, 3 shots, 3 misses. The kind of ending that either becomes a legendary comeback story or a gut punch you replay in your nightmares. For Atlanta, it became the nightmare. Alisha Gray, trying to hold her team together in the aftermath, would later brush it off as simply part of the game, insisting Reese would knock down that same shot 9 times out of 10. It's the kind of thing veteran teammates say to protect each other. But belief doesn't change what happened on the scoreboard. Because the game didn't end at the buzzer. It went to overtime. And in overtime, everything Atlanta had built during regulation crumbled. Indiana took control. They pulled away. When the final horn sounded, it read 95-91, Fever. A 4-point win that felt, in the moment, like so much more. Now think about the standings. Think about what this actually means. Before this game, Indiana and Atlanta were separated by a game and a half, both teams clawing for postseason positioning in a brutally tight playoff race. This wasn't a meaningless midseason matchup. This was a swing game, the kind of result that could be the difference between home court and a road nightmare when the postseason arrives. And Indiana didn't just win it. They took it. They extended their winning streak to 4 games straight. They've now won 12 of their last 16. This is not a team catching lightning in a bottle for one afternoon. This is a team peaking, right when it matters most, right when the calendar starts running out. Which brings us back to that smile. Because it wasn't arrogance. It wasn't disrespect. It was recognition. Caitlin Clark understood, in real time, exactly what those 3 missed shots meant. She understood the standings. She understood the streak. She understood that her team had just survived the kind of pressure moment that breaks other teams and come out the other side still standing. That's what makes this more than a highlight. That's what makes this a statement. Angel Reese will bounce back. Everyone who's watched her career knows that. The Dream will get shots to fall on another night. This isn't the end of their story, and Alicia Gray is right that misses like this even out over time. But right now, in this exact moment of the season, the story belongs to Indiana. It belongs to a team that fans were booing weeks ago, now stringing together the best stretch of basketball they've played all year. It belongs to a coach who stood her ground against criticism and is now watching her roster reward that faith. And it belongs to a superstar who didn't need to say a single word to make her point. She just smiled and let 3 misses do the talking for her. Because in the WNBA right now, in this tightening playoff race, every possession carries weight. Every shot matters. And on this particular Sunday, with the season on the line, 3 shots went up and none of them came down. That's the story. That's the moment. And if you're wondering whether this rivalry is just getting started, all you had to do was watch her face.